Then he stood there, sword in hand, as he was ready to... "Oh, well, welcome. I didn't see you there. Please come, sit down. I was just reading a book." "Oh, what about?" "The humblest little indie game. A game that's not very well known, but has a small but devoted fan base. A game that would never sell out for horribly made ports or in overpriced knickknacks and tchotchkes. You might have never even heard of it. It's called Minecraft. And in the world of Minecraft, so many wonderful but yet horrible things can happen in it. And this book has recorded an entire family lineage. Please, if you wouldn't mind, allow me to read some of it to you. There once was a boy named Steve, a young man, who woke up in the middle of the woods. He seemed to have no recollection of the place, nor did he know how he got there. It was almost like he just spawned there. He was a bit confused and decided to walk around. He noticed that he could punch things, and those things would break. So he punched the dirt, and so he punched the wood, and he punched everything he could. He felt extremely powerful, being able to punch whole sections of trees down. He punched all day and into the evening, and in the evening, while he was punching, he came across a monster. He thought to himself, "If I can punch through trees, leaves, and rocks, then I can punch through this thing. That's right, call me Steve, Monster Puncher." And so he walked up to the monster and punched him right in the face. The monster did not enjoy that. In fact, he was mad. He was so mad, in fact, that he blew up in Steve's face. Literally. Embittered by the news of his father's death, Steve the Second vowed revenge upon that little green monster, and so after looking for him, he came across one of the monster's peers, and just like his father, Steve the Second charged in and attacked that little creep, and just like his father, he is now dead. Now, Steve the Third was not as brave, nor as stupid as both of his ancestors, and instead of fighting monsters, he fled at the mere sound of them, waving his arms, going, "Meow!" Every day he would travel, and every night he would dig himself a hole and cry in it till daytime. After 3 or 4 days of travelling and digging, Steve the Third found a village, and he stayed there a few nights, proving to himself that the fear of what killed your dad might be the only friend you have in this cold and unforgiving world. After staying in one of the villagers' homes, Steve the Third learned he could craft things like weapons and tools. Steve the Third only learned about this after locating the wiki, because this world does not give him very much information, like an instructions manual on strike. He eventually learned he could build himself a pickaxe, and he went to work as a village miner. He decided he would spend his day strip mining a nearby mountain, and then hurry home with his tail between his legs in the evening. And this seemed to work for him, as he was able to build a better pickaxe and even a sword. But after a week of this, well, he grew weak. His legs were so tired, he couldn't run, and he eventually died of fatigue while trying to complete his new home. After hearing this, Steve the Fourth decided he would take up his father's life work in construction. One day, while gathering materials, he found a small pig. Knowing that hunger was what killed his father, Steve decided that it would be better for him to kill the pig and him to live than for it to be the other way around. But the pig greatly disagreed with that agenda, and ran away as soon as Steve the Fourth started spanking her with his axe. Steve eventually chased that little piggy until the pig collapsed. He then gathered up the pig's remains and took it with him as he finished up his home. After putting the finishing touches on the Steve family castle, Steve the Fourth sat down and ate some of the wild boar he had killed. But after he had had his fill, he grew very sick, and he eventually died. Apparently salmonella exists in this world. With his father and grandfather having finished the family castle, Steve the Fifth had very little to do, and he grew very bored. While wandering the halls of the estate, he thought about adventures he could have in this mysterious world. He decided he was going to search for buried treasure. After gathering his father's pickaxe, he immediately left the village and dug straight underground looking for treasure. But he only dug a few feet until the pickaxe broke. Without having a spare, or his father's crafting table nearby, Steve the Fifth eventually met his father on the other side. Oh, no. It wasn't because he died of hunger. It was because a little creeper wanted to see what was inside this little hole. Steve the Sixth grew very tired of waiting for his father to return, so he decided to go looking for him. He dug deep into the earth for him, but his father was nowhere to be found. While he was digging, he found some iron. He immediately crafted it into a sword and armor set. Feeling unstoppable, he said, "Begone, you monsters! You can't stop the Steve family legacy now!" as he slaughtered the monsters that had given his family so much trouble in the past. Though he never found his father, Steve the Sixth returned home with all kinds of riches due to his adventure. He decided he would become an adventurer for life, until one day, while he was standing on top of a mountain enjoying the scenic, breathtaking view, someone disapproved of Steve's new ironclad look and decided to snipe him in the head, causing Steve to fall down into a lava river. His epitaph reads, "Here lies Steve the Sixth, tried to swim in lava." Apparently this land has a very dark sense of humour. And that's all the time I have for today. Please come join me again next time as we continue reading about the Steve family legacy.